Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs Show, where we empower entrepreneurs to build good habits, break old habits, rebuild powerful routines, overcome burnout, improve performance, and create a more healthier, more focused daily entrepreneurial life while making consistent progress in building their business. I'm your host, Mohammed Faraj, and today our topic is getting sufficient sleep is powerful in entrepreneurship. You know, one of the things that I would love to tell you that will skyrocket your entrepreneurship, that will have a high impact on your performance, on your health, on your fitness life, on your relationships, on your focus, on your productivity, which is sleeping. I think sleeping is super powerful in entrepreneurship because entrepreneurs needs to get sufficient sleep, especially working for many hours throughout the day sometimes can impact your sleep. And when you don't get sufficient sleep, you notice that your relationships are struggling, your productivity is struggling, your focus is struggling, your performance is struggling, you're struggling with your health, you're struggling at the gym, you're struggling with your time, you're struggling with working on your business, on those projects, on those tasks, on your to-do list. You're struggling with your thoughts, with your subconscious thoughts. You're struggling with your feelings, with your emotions. You're struggling with craving. So, sleeping is super powerful. It has a high effect on all areas in your daily entrepreneurial life. So, that's why sleeping should be number one in your daily entrepreneurial life. I mean, before fitness, before eating healthy, before working out, before anything else. Sleeping should be your priority. Sleeping should be number one on your list. So, I am someone who struggled and suffered a lot from lack of sleep. I had sleeping problems before, like years ago, and I had a terrible life. I wasn't feeling well. Like I wasn't walking well. I wasn't moving very well. I wasn't be able to talk very well. I was constantly anxious, frustrated, angry, and negative, and I had very low energy. Like some people didn't want to even talk to me. Some people they looked at me, I looked horrible. Like my eyes, my face, my movement, I was very slow, I was late, I wasn't feeling very well. And it's not just because I wasn't taking care of my health. It's not only because I wasn't eating healthy. It's not because only my habits or some of my daily habits. It's not because I was alone or single. But one of the main reasons why I was not feeling very well when I used to be my old version. It's because of my lack of sleep. I wasn't sleeping very well, so it was impacting me internally. It was impacting me inside and out. So lack of sleep was impacting my performance. Lack of sleep was impacting my studying, my productivity. Lack of sleeping was impacting my relationships. Lack of sleeping was impacting my time management. It was impacting my life. I wasn't feeling very well. I was complaining a lot. I was very negative. I was very angry, frustrated, anxious. I was not feeling very well. I felt stuck in my life. So many of my days went, I didn't feel very well. So I noticed that whenever I got sufficient sleep, whenever I slept well, oh my God, I can't describe to you my feelings, my enjoyment, my excitement, my happiness, my productivity. I can't describe it to you because it feels different, it feels special, it feels so damn unique. I'm totally different person when I'm sleeping well. And when I don't sleep well, I am same thing. I am totally different person. I feel like I'm Dracula or zombie. I'm constantly negative. I'm worried about my future. I'm constantly going back to my past, thinking and bringing negative emotions that are connected to past and old events, incidents, problems that I had before with people. I constantly think about my old jobs, all the arguments, all the problems that I went through, all the struggles, all the suffering. But when I sleep well, oh my God, I feel different. I'm a new version of myself. I am a new Muhammad. So I feel more productive. I feel more focused. I'm fast in work. I'm fast at the gym. I'm fast when I'm talking. I'm fast when I'm walking. I'm fast when I'm moving. I want to dance. I want to enjoy life. I'm laughing so many times. I'm joking. I'm enjoying my relationships. Even when I meet people, when I go visit and meet up with my friends, I show up to them with smile, with happiness, with so much energy. Even they look at me and they notice something different. And I tell them, so I have a friend, one of my best friends. I usually call him and sometimes, and he shares like tips, advices. He helps me a lot and he holds me accountable. I usually tell him whenever I get good sufficient sleep, I call him and I describe to him my day. I tell him my day was awesome today. My day was wonderful today. I got so much work done. I was working faster. I was moving faster. I was eating healthy. I wasn't craving. So I was maintaining a healthy life. I was maintaining a focus and productive days. So he would feel happy, he would smile, and he would feel enjoy so much listening to me. And he would always remind me about working on my habits, about working on my dreams, on my goals. And he always reminds me about working on building better habits around my sleep. I did not know how powerful sleep is until I struggled and suffered with sleeping before when I used to be my old version. And after building my new version and after transforming my own life, I saw the difference. I noticed how big difference there is in my life. I am not that person. I am different. I'm thinking differently. I'm feeling differently. I'm walking differently. I'm working differently. I'm thinking differently. I'm feeling differently. I didn't know how much sleep is impacting our life. So many of us as entrepreneurs, we constantly get distracted, lose motivation, lose momentum, lose enthusiasm. We lose that energy that we could use to build our dreams. We lose it because we don't take care of our sleep, because we have habits or bad habits around our sleep that always pulls us to our old version, that keeps us stuck in our daily entrepreneurial life. So no wonder why you prepare a to-do list and then you work on your to-do list, but until evening you notice that you haven't done that much work. You're slow. While you are working, you're constantly thinking about your past. You're thinking about all the problems. You're thinking about all the people that you had in your life, all the negative experiences. You can't focus, you can't be productive, you can't get work done because your eyes are on work on the device, but your brain, your mind is somewhere else. This is because of you're lacking sleep. You're not sleeping well. When you get sufficient sleep, you're not doing that. You notice you're thinking differently. You're not going back to your history. You're not going back to your past. You're not going back to those people that made you angry or frustrated, or you had like different negative experiences with them. You're not focusing on them. You're not giving them so much attention. You're not wasting so much of your time, so much of your energy on those problems, on those incidents, on those people when you get sufficient sleep. So it's super important that we need to listen to our body, that when we feel lack of sleep, when we feel like our performance is so slow, we're not able to get work done, So it's super important for me to become aware of my sleep habits. So I need to work on my sleep habits. I need to constantly improve my sleep habits. So, to be honest with you, I had built good habits, especially around my sleep time. I would not snack, I would not have any late snacking, because the worst thing you can do for your health is late snacking, like between 21, 22, which is the bedtime, around the bedtime where you are preparing to go to bed. Around this time, when you're constantly going to your kitchen and snacking and bringing stuff and taking stuff out from your refrigerator, and you're sitting and chilling and you're snacking, that is not good for your health. This will impact your sleep, because I remember before yesterday I had a terrible sleep, and yesterday I had lost the day. I did not work, I did not get so much work done. I got just very little work done. I was constantly angry, negative, frustrated throughout the day. I was so slow, I was tired. It felt like I was burned out. And because I had not good sleep the night before. And this is mostly because I made a mistake by grabbing some cakes, and I ate a heavy meal, which was some rice with some beef. So I've made this mistake before by consuming heavy meal right before going to bed, and I know this is a mistake. This is a very bad habit, but I did it yesterday because I came from the church and I was so hungry. I just wanted to eat anything. So I remember when I used to eat heavy meals, and when I would drive very tired and slow. Or when I used to work, I would work very slow. And at the same time, one of the bad habits that kept me stuck, that always prevented me from getting sufficient sleep, and that was destroying my sleep, was snacking and consuming heavy meals like rice or carbohydrates right before going to bed. This is a terrible mistake that you can make for your sleep. So from 20 until 22, my best recommendation, my best advice for you as an entrepreneur: do not consume any meal or any snack. So try to consume your dinner or your snack before 22. No, before 20. So if you just build a new habit where you are not consuming any snack, any drink, anything that keeps you awake, like caffeine, like Coca-Cola, or anything that contains any sweetness, and if you're not consuming any heavy meal between 20 and 22, odds are you will get a really good sufficient sleep. You will sleep very well. You will sleep very comfortable. Your body will rest. Your body will relax. And next day you wake up in the morning with so much energy, with so much vitality. You wake up ready for your life, ready for your goals, ready for your dreams, ready for your morning routine. My best advice for you is to build this powerful habit so you can get so much sleep, because sleep is super powerful. So make it a habit where between 20 and 22, these 2 hours should be free from snacking, free from heavy meal, free from sweetness, free from drinking too much water or any other liquid. Make it a habit. You may struggle, you may find it hard, you may maybe you are used to snacking or drinking between these 2 hours, but if you start to practice, if you start avoid going to the kitchen, if you eat a good meal, odds are you will not feel hungry later. So drink and eat before 20. So between 20 and 22, it should be free. It's not it's not like same behavior. You're not doing the same behavior like you used to. So many of us, we lack sleep because we consume a heavy meal or snack, and because our body is like a factory, it's working. Whenever we are eating, we are digesting. Our body is working. So while our stomach is digesting, is working, we can't sleep because your body is awake. So your body don't want to go on a sleep mode. So if you want to sleep well, do not start the factory. Stop the factory by 20. So this is one of the most powerful habits you can build. And try to have a cool room and a dark room. Prepare your bed. Always do laundry earlier. Wash your bed pads, your pillow. Have a clean and comfortable, relaxed bed so you can get very good, sufficient sleep. When you are feeling relaxed, when you are feeling rested, when you are feeling comfortable in your bed, your body rests, or your body starts to relax. Your body wants to get sufficient sleep. So sleep is super powerful. If you take care of your sleep, you take care of your life, you take care of your business, you take care of your goals, you take care of your dreams, you take care of your relationships, you take care of your family, you take care of your health, your life in general. Sleep is super powerful. I wish I knew this years ago. Years ago, I had bad habits when I used to be my old version. I would not go to bed on time. I would not go to bed at 22 just like most people do. I would not go to bed earlier so I can wake up early and start working, start journaling, start my morning routine, start studying. And I would constantly snack like chips, donuts, cakes, anything that is unhealthy, bread. So I had terrible habits around my sleep. That's why I felt stuck. That's why I was feeling stagnation in my life. I was feeling constantly frustrated, angry, why my life is not changing. And this was because I wasn't changing. My habits weren't changing. My routines weren't changing. I didn't have morning routine or evening routine. I didn't have good habits. I was constantly maintaining negative bad habits that were destroying my life, that were keeping me miserable, unhealthy, unhappy, unsuccessful in my life. So it's super important that we take care of our sleep, because when you sleep well, next day you feel so energized, you feel so active, you feel so happy, you feel so grateful. You get to be in present because you are calming down your thoughts, your emotions. You're not going back to your past. You're not visiting all the events that happened before. Instead, you're focusing on your future. When you get good, sufficient sleep, you're focusing on your future. You want to work. You want to be productive. You want to be laser focused. You want to get work done. You're constantly connecting your thoughts, your emotions to your future. When you are getting sufficient sleep, you feel lighter, you feel energized, you feel alert, you feel happier, you feel healthier. I remember my face used to look horrible. I looked like a Dracula or zombie. My eyes were black, I was sweating, I felt brain fatigue, brain fog. I couldn't understand things, I couldn't read. I would read one sentence and give up. I would go to the gym, do one set of my workout, and then I would give up. I would come back home, try to do work. I would work a little bit and then give up. I was constantly giving up. I was constantly avoiding training, avoiding reading, avoiding writing, avoiding working, avoiding taking care of my life, my health. And this was mostly because of my bad sleep habits. So bad sleep habits always keep you stuck in your old version. Bad, negative, old sleep habits prevent you from making progress, from moving forward, from getting work done, from being laser focused, from being fully present, from being fully productive, from constantly focusing on your vision, on your future, on your dreams, on your goals. Even when you show up to your family, you show up to them with low energy. You feel bored easily. You lose enthusiasm. You lose motivation. You lose momentum. And you don't want that. So, if you take care of your sleep, you take care of many areas in your entrepreneurial life. So, sleep is super powerful. It's one behavior, one habit that if you build it, it has so much value on your entrepreneurial daily life. So take care of your sleep, work on your sleep habits, always make sure that you go to bed on time and you have a dark room with a cold temperature, and you don't let any noises, any sounds interrupt your sleep. You don't watch mobile phone or any other device. So you need to break this habit of snacking or consuming heavy or any meal between 20 and 22. So your body between 20 and 22, your body starts to sleep or go on a sleep mood. You know, we're not sleeping only when we are laying down on bed. Sometimes you feel like even before you go to bed, while you are sitting, while you are working, or while you are spending time with your family, you start to feel sleepy. Your body starts to feel very tired, low energy, sluggish. These are signals that your body wants to go to bed. These are signals that your body wants to sleep. So your body starts to sleep already earlier before going to bed. So when you go to bed and you lay down, your body suddenly starts to sleep without your awareness. So work on your sleeping habits, get good quality sleep or sufficient sleep so you can break through in your daily entrepreneurial life. And I promise you, your entrepreneurial life will transform if you take care of your sleep, if you work on your sleeping habits, if you get good quality sufficient sleep. That's it. That's what I got for you in this episode. I hope you learned something new about sleeping, about how powerful sleeping is, so you can transform your daily entrepreneurial life. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this content. I can't wait to publish the new episode. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Did it. Even though